What's up, all you Imperials and Stormcloaks out there? I'm Robbie, please.
And I'm Chris.
This week's episode of Super Game Knobs, we discuss the Joy-Con connectivity issues and an answer we might have gotten from Nintendo, Diablo 3 Season 10 starting on consoles, and Chris's review of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That's right, all that and more today on Super Game Knobs.
Let's do this!
Welcome, guys. It's 1 month in, and this is our fourth episode of Super Game Knobs. Wow. We have 4 episodes in, and
seriously,
we are at 102 subscribers.
Can't believe it. We started this a month ago, and this is already turning into something completely I don't know. It's just exploding.
And we have a great episode today.
Yeah.
A fantastic episode.
I was excited about last week's and the week before that, but this one tops all of that.
Now we're finally getting into things. We're finally we're getting into some real discussions. We're moving on. We've got a first real review.
We got different segments. We have a speed run coming up or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be a segment. We've also got a guest to introduce at the end of the episode, and we got a little announcement about a giveaway.
Something like that.
Yeah, for it's basically for celebrating because we're at 102 subscribers as of today.
Right, 102.
We're going there. But let's start this a little casual.
Yeah.
How's your week been? I heard you picked up something you were trying to hunt down there.
Got myself a Switch.
Got yourself a Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Switch, you got Zelda.
I got Switch. I picked up Breath of the Wild. Picked up the Spectre Knight, Shovel Knight DLC there.
Which is a fantastic game. I mean,
yeah, I'm loving it.
like McDonald's, you're loving it.
I'm loving it like McDonald's, I guess. I was lucky enough, picked one up. Been playing, I have maybe about 15 hours on Zelda so far.
It's well, I'm not going to say anything. We'll just wait.
A couple hours on Spectre Knight, but yeah, I'm having fun.
So, I mean, and when we did our very first episode actually was kind of like a Switch special. We talked as much as we could about the Switch, and I had some issues. Did you kind of experience any of those after unboxing and getting it going?
So I didn't mess up the Joy-Con because I already knew.
We knew about it this time.
Yeah, so that I didn't do on my own. No dead pixels. No issues with the processing unit or whatever weird screen glitches or anything like that. So I am good there. Am noticing a little bit of issues with the Joy-Con though.
So wait, you're getting a sync issue?
Yeah, it mostly happens when I take it out of sleep mode. The right one connects, the left one I always have to either mess with it or press a couple of buttons on it till it wakes up or syncs up, or I have to unhook it, put them back on. Well,
and earlier you kind of showed me that weird, but that was an issue I'd never seen. The weird where the motion it was kind of not moving accurately and kept moving, but
some motion, weird drifting motion, I think that's what it's just called, just drifting over. I'm holding the controller and the motion aiming the controls on that would just slightly drift it.
That is weird. See, I haven't had that either. But
yeah,
Nintendo basically they're not admitting there's any problems, but they'll fix them.
Yeah.
At no charge.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let me just jump right into this. So, basically, this week, I read on Business Insider that, and as their headline states, that Nintendo won't admit the Switch controllers are broken.
No.
But it'll fix them at no charge.
$0.
So, basically, as the headline states, they're not saying anything's wrong. They're kind of basically saying everything's good, everything's all right with them.
Well, the thing before what they were saying was the issues might have been coming from manufacturing,
Well, no, they weren't even really saying that. They were just saying it could be your laptop, it could be...
Jeez, man.
Yeah, it could be your body, it could be your
It's hard to keep track of all the different things.
It's like they're backpedaling a lot of times.
Sure.
But so basically let's see, was it an editor from CNET, I believe it was? Okay, yes. So a senior editor at CNET has reported that Nintendo customer support fixed his faulty Joy-Con in less than 1 week and appears to have changed its manufacturing process to fix the problems moving forward. So again, they're not saying there was any problems. They're just changing their manufacturing process to fix the problems.
I guess to ensure that it doesn't
happen.
Whatever happened doesn't keep happening.
And I haven't had that issue since that update and everything. I haven't had the issue since I restarted and refreshed and everything. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Nintendo's right. Maybe there isn't an actual problem, but maybe in some sort of the process there's a weird yield rate,
Probably something very small.
Maybe there's like some weird thermal conductor in there that's causing a weird delay issue. Because I mean, the only difference between the right and the left is one has the amiibo function, the NFC chip in it, and the IR sensor, and I think both of those are in the right. So if anything should screw up, you'd think it would be the right Joy-Con. What is going on with the left? Anyways.
Yeah.
But so basically, if you have problems with yours, reach out to Nintendo. There is no word yet if they're going to kind of offer some sort of replacement program for the early adopters. I mean, I kind of wish they would fix my right one because my X button or Y button's sticking a little bit.
Yeah, but from reading this, it sounded like they're willing to replace anything you send their way. So if you have any sort of issues or notice anything, go to their customer support page, check out their their contact us, and just get a hold of them. They're supposedly fixing them. So
yeah, although they probably won't exchange it out for the dead pixel because according to Nintendo, that's still a common function.
That won't. Yeah, but the Joy-Con thing. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically that news. They basically just summed it all up. Not much more to report than that. But you know what I was kind of looking forward to is, and I just started looking into this recently, was the Diablo Season 10.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did notice an update because I have the game still installed on my PS4. It's a game I always go back to, like here and there. It's just awesome to pick up and play. It's tons of fun, but they are actually, they're adding seasons to the consoles, to PS4, to Xbox. This is something that originally was only on PC. Essentially, okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with it, a season is, as it sounds, it's just something that comes and passes. So you have a chance to take a character from start, completely fresh, and just kind of redo it. Just play from the start as though it's a brand new, fresh character. With the addition of the seasons to the console, they're going to be adding things like cosmetic bonuses. There's going to be separate challenges that are only for seasoned characters. There's going to be all sorts of rewards, all sorts of.
They have like rifts too that I know that they'll that pop up during that.
Right, like every season that passes here on out, you'll get a chance you'll be rewarded with one piece of armor from a specific class set for your character. So it incentivizes you to come back and play additional seasons to get the whole set and things like that. You're right. Yeah, they're adding different kind of rifts with their own challenges and things like that. I saw something. I'm not sure if this is also starting with the seasons, but they're adding in the Necromancer class.
Oh, yes.
Those of you who played Diablo 2, Necromancer was one of my favorites. They're adding that to Diablo 3. Yeah. But all this is supposed to start March 31st.
Which is, and then that's awesome because, I mean,
They're still doing stuff to this game. It came out so long ago.
It was one of the first games we got for our PS4 because I remember I bought it, you bought it. It was on PS3. We played it on PS3. And then we got it for PS4. And I mean, I have a character level 70. I think he's like level 11 Paragon. But I always wanted them to do the seasons on console because it gives you an incentive to come back. It gives you something to come back and do. And now that we're finally getting, I mean, it's season 10 for Diablo 3. So if you're on PC,
season 10 for PC, technically this would be our first.
Yeah, but they're still calling it season 10 on consoles. But even though it's the first season the consoles get it, and I believe it's only PS4 and Xbox One. I don't think PS3 is getting the season.
No. But awesome that they're still. I mean, that's just awesome to see a developer, continuing to support a game like this long after it's been put out, and it's just brings new light, and hopefully, maybe I'm going to jump on there. I don't know if you guys are planning on, but I'm definitely going to be playing this one.
I mean, we'll jump on that together. Is that pretty much the basis? Is that...
Yeah. So you'll get rewards as the seasons end. You'll be awarded, depending on how many challenges you finish. You'll get cosmetic rewards, different sort of skins for your character, like different armor sets, different photos that you can use. Your little character icon or whatever.
See, I wonder if they'll bring any loot items over for like Overwatch, because that's been my main Blizzard game lately.
And all that carries over, so everything you win during that season, you get to keep moving forward into the other season. So it's awesome. It's something you can just, if you bought this game, you can just keep playing it. That's so
I mean,
cool.
it's such a cool idea, and and it keeps it going, and like because they do the seasons in Overwatch, but it's like a competitive thing. And I believe does this have like a ranking system or leaderboards? Like,
It has seasonal leaderboards as well. This is something that was missing from. Geez, yeah, that's right. That was a big thing that was on the PC side of things, the leaderboard, which I know some of my friends. Alex, for example, he's big on.
He is huge in Diablo,
super into Diablo. So he always wanted, like him, for example, he always wanted the leaderboard so he can tell how well he was doing. So this is going to be awesome that you can finally tell how you stack up against your other barbarians, your other witch doctors.
Well, I can't wait to check that out, man. I really can. That is going to be exciting. But this week I worked pretty hard on something.
You did.
I spent a little extra time into it. But
yeah, you've been pretty busy. I mean, I've been trying to get a hold of you. You're like not responding, not answering. I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Well, I wanted my first review to be special.
Yeah.
And I had to play with a lot of ideas to see what we could get away with, what we couldn't get away with, being Nintendo. Mm-hmm. But anyways, in case you can't tell, my review is ready for Zelda Breath of the Wild. But before we jump into that, let's go back in time a little bit. In 1986, Nintendo released a title that not only introduced us to a timeless hero, but also kind of set a precedent for all future adventure games that would later follow. And of course, that game was Legend of Zelda, the original. And then, 5 years later, they did it again with The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Mm-hmm. So they set another precedent. And then they did it again 7 years after that in 1998 with The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. But since that moment, I mean, I guess there's a few great ones, but since that moment, a lot of the fans had kind of thought the series had grown stale, a little too formulaic. It kind of lost its seat in the throne at the top of the mountain that it once created 31 years ago.
Yeah, just about every game that was coming out afterwards, everyone had some sort of critical, view upon it, like looking down on it.
Yeah, like there wasn't Skyward Sword was too linear, too tight fit. It didn't have that exploration thing. Twilight Princess was too serious. Like it kind of lost the heart.
Too drawn out too in some places, like very overplayed out sometimes.
And then Wind Waker before that was just. From
the art style. Everyone had something to.
I like the art style, but I didn't like the sailing. But that's a different story for another time. But. It's now 2017. Zelda's been a franchise for 31 years. It's been my favorite franchise for 31... Well, not for 31 years, but for a long time. And it's now in the hands of millions. Millions of people have gotten to play this, but what's the verdict? Does it hold up? Or is it a victim of its own tropes that it created all that time ago? Without further ado, guys, here's my review of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Enjoy. In an already packed spring for gamers, there is no short of competition from Nintendo. With the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn and Mass Effect shortly releasing around Breath of the Wild, Nintendo remains confident that they can impress us and restore Zelda to the throne it once created 31 years ago. Now, the story and narrative in Zelda has always been a strange thing. The original and first few titles that followed had rather thin plots, a tried and true story of a hero out to save the princess. Breath of the Wild does not stray too far from this idea, although it does add a bit more to make it complete. However, out of the fear of spoiling and to keep Nintendo's lawyers off my back, I will give you the simplest of rundowns. Many moons ago, something happened. 10,000 years after that, something else happens. And then 100 years after that, you awake and are set out on a quest to set the world right again. One of the things I love about this game, though, is that you don't feel rushed with the story. The game puts an emphasis on exploration over progression, and does so without any hand-holding. You will find yourself just gravitating towards where you need, or, well, more or less, want to go. There's not much to say here other than Nintendo has proven that power is not everything. which is kind of funny coming from a company that once used the slogan, "Now you're playing with power." However, Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the most beautiful entries to the series and video games I have played in a while. Yeah, it does not have the realistic looks of its rivals, but it does not need that. Moments after playing, you will forget all about those other games and be lost in a bright and colorful world that only Nintendo could bring us. And what a massive and beautiful world it is. The map for this game seems endless. After 60 hours in, there are still parts I have yet to see. You can traverse this world in various ways. You could just run to your destination, which I preferred, or if you like, you could go and capture a horse to use on your adventure. If even that is too slow, you can also fast travel from pretty much anywhere, even in mid-flight with your paraglider. And oh, how much fun it is to fly with this thing. Each area is so beautifully done and unique, whether you're in the hillside village of Hateno or the desert fortress of Gerudo. There is so much to see here, you will wonder how they fit it all in one game. Link's movements and expressions have this animated quality to them. Even the tiniest detail is appreciated. The beads of sweat that bounce off Link as he runs, or the panting of his breath when he is cold, which by the way is also a hint. Like, Link is cold and it might be a good idea to put warmer clothing on. This game has the best use of music I've ever seen in a video game. When I say that, I mean it does not overuse it. Most of the time you spend running, you might hear a few keys on a piano ring out, but often you simply hear the sounds of wildlife or the wind rushing by your ears. It's peaceful at times, and the enemy noises are that perfect touch of cartoony, but not too much to make it sound like a villain on Scooby-Doo. Oh, and did I mention the voice acting? Which for the most part is brilliant. I'm not sure who did the direction of the voice work for this game, but it is phenomenal, delivering the subtle tones at levels it needs to, and at no point did I feel that the actor was trying too hard to convey the message. The days of simply dredging through dungeon after dungeon to complete your quests, although not entirely gone, have been changed quite a bit. Although there are only 4 major dungeons, Hyrule is scattered with smaller dungeons called shrines. There are 120 of these, and most have their own unique puzzles. Some of them may be physics-based, while others may be motion controls. Shrines are like box of chocolates, and as Forrest once said, you never know what you're gonna get. Completing the shrines net you with spirit orbs that ultimately help you level up your stamina and health. Although these are not necessary, you will want to complete them as often as you see them. When progressing through the latter parts of the games, you might be glad to have that extra heart or bar of stamina. Shrines are just one of the many diversions the game offers. Learning the skills of cooking can really come in handy, let's say, if you find yourself in the middle of the mountains about to freeze to death. If you have a few spicy peppers and some meat, you could make a dish that raises your body temperature up a bit. Maybe you want to increase your inventory slots. To do this, you will need to collect Korok seeds. There are 900 littered across Hyrule, hiding in various puzzles. You might be saying, wait, this is Zelda. Why would I need more inventory? Well, that is where another new gameplay mechanic comes in. Many weapons with varying durability, and when a weapon breaks, it's gone for good. However, don't worry, you will rarely find yourself having to hunt for a weapon as nearly every enemy carries one. Just take them down and you will have a new weapon in seconds. As you progress, however, you will find much more durable and, well, cooler looking weapons. I went through the whole story without ever expanding my inventory, just to see if it was doable. Although I was able to accomplish this task, I can't help but feel a few of my other stronger weapons could have come handy in the final boss fight, had I had the extra inventory to keep them. Weapons are not the only thing you will want to increase your inventory for. You have bows and shields. Oh, and now Link actually has changeable outfits. There are many outfits this game has to offer, and most of them offer special traits that you may find yourself needing at other times. Some make you climb faster, while others have resistance to certain climate elements. And if you have that 30th anniversary amiibo, you could get yourself a rather familiar looking outfit. I actually found myself wearing the hat through most of my playthrough. I mean, it only felt natural. As for presentation, this game does not just hit the nail on the head, but it pulls a Mr. Miyagi and drives the nail down with one whack of the hammer. From the truly breathtaking opening to the game, which, yes, nearly brought a tear to my eye, to the final epic conclusion, the game presents itself in a fashion no other Zelda has. Yeah, the inventory and map screens can take a little bit to get used to. However, this is the case with most adventure games. After the opening hours, you should have a solid grasp that you will be navigating through the screens like a pro. And if I had to make one recommendation here, in order to fully appreciate the game's beauty, go into your options menu, scroll down to the HUD options, and switch it to Pro. It really allows you to experience the world without all that clutter. You don't have to, but at least give it a shot. In conclusion, guys, I went into this review trying to remain as unbiased as I could. I needed to be. Zelda has been one of my favorite franchises ever. I love it so much I went as far to get a tattoo of the Triforce bird. I tried to stay as objective as I could, and my hardest to find even the tiniest detail to complain about. And I just couldn't. If I had to really fault anything, it would be the frame rate issues on the Switch and TV mode. However, I also find it hard to fault the development team or the game for this when it was Nintendo's idea to put it on inferior hardware. With that, there really is nothing more to say than get out there and play this ASAP. It may not have fully redefined a genre like its predecessors, but in many ways it returns it to its roots and brings in some, although not entirely new mechanics, but new to Zelda, the series has needed for many years. It allows the current generations of gamers to experience the joy of exploration that the original did for others almost 31 years ago. I would give this game some number out of 10 score, however, thinking about it, I realized you guys don't need some arbitrary score that is supposed to somehow sum up my entire opinion. So again, all I'm going to say is, this game is a must play. I find it hard to believe that any gamer could spend any time with this and not walk away even the slightest impressed. So do yourself a favor and play this game at your earliest chance. Trust me, you won't regret it. Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an awesome review. Oh, man. I can't wait to play some more of that.
Yeah, you've got a lot. I haven't even gotten all the way through it. I'm kind of jealous that you've got all that room to go for.
I know. Seeing all that is just... Oh, I just want to get... can we just end this and go right now?
No, we've got some things to do before that.
Okay.
For instance, guys, this handsome bastard to my right here, this is John. John, tell us about yourself.
My name is John. I'm ready to play some Mega Man with you. So let me know if you guys are hyped. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Super hype.
So basically, as he said, we got kind of a little bit of a special coming up after this episode. So once you're finished, why don't you go ahead and jump on over there. John's going to be running through Mega Man 2 kind of pretty quickly, a lot faster than I can, and he's going to be doing it for his first time on the NES Classic Edition.
That's right.
Anyways, so guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Are we forgetting something?
Yeah, actually we are.
That's right!
Oh, man. Okay. All right, guys. So, basically, you all know that we said this before. We reached 100. Our milestone has been met. So, to celebrate that, we've got something of a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Something of a giveaway. So, what do you think? What do you think? John, what do you got
What's
there?
in
I
there?
have no idea.
Oh boy.
That's right, guys. We're giving away an NES Classic. I got my hands on one. I'm super stoked to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem is you guys have to be subscribed. You guys are going to have to comment. We're going to have the rules in the description, but absolutely, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So stoked to have this for you guys.
Actually, I think you want to do that one rule where they comment on the video?
Yeah, we're gonna have you just comment. The rules are gonna be like you're gonna have to be subscribed, obviously. You're gonna comment on the video, and we're gonna have somewhat of a little challenge to you guys, just to make sure you guys are paying attention. You know, but we'll make sure it's easy for you and figure it out. But we'll have all the instructions and the rules below in the description.
Yeah,
no
so
worries.
stay tuned for that. And then again, so you'll be able to win this. And as a second place prize, we're also going to be giving away the Playing with Power?
Yeah.
Book. It's a nice little collector's book. I actually don't have that in front of me right now, but it is... I do have it.
We have it.
So that'll be a second place prize. So you got 2 chances to win. This is kind of the grand prize. And then we'll have that second prize for the next people, for the person that comes in second place.
Yeah.
And so with that, guys, we want to thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned for John's Mega Man 2 game playthrough. He's going to be doing it rather quickly, and it's his first time again playing on the NES Classic, so you guys can kind of see what this looks like.
Yeah.
And then, so with that, guys, we will see you next week.
Thank you
Definitely.
very much. Peace.
Good night, everyone.